I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster Kajin Cosplay, and today we're back again with you guys with Better Call Saul, episode 3 of season 4.
Something beautiful. Yes, last episode, what happened?
Well, Kim went berserk on Howard.
Poor Howard. Poor Howard, sorry, my English today, wow, okay, sorry. Yes, I felt bad for Howard. He looked like a little boy about to cry.
I do believe that he didn't have any ill intent to give the letter to Jimmy and to say those things to him about his theory about Chuck's death. But
maybe on a subconscious level, he wanted to share his burden so he wasn't the only one with the weight on his shoulders, but I don't think it was his intention either, so yeah. I felt bad for him, but great acting. Last episode was intense. Both with Gus and Kim. Like, Gus also was pretty badass last episode. Killed Ignacio's partner.
That was hardcore level, guys.
Yep. And Jimmy is also going back to his schemes and stuff. He's about to hire Mike to steal something from two guys that sell photocopy machines. So because they remind him of his dad. They remind him of how gullible some people are, and yeah. He thinks he can just, I mean, if they are that gullible, then he can get away with scheming them, you know, scamming them, stealing from them. There we go. So let's see what that something beautiful is. Let's see how Nacho handles Gus knowing what he did and just him basically saying, I own you.
We're still praying for you, man, with Save the Nacho, please.
Save the Nacho.
Save the Nacho.
So yeah, let's jump in episode 3 of season 4 and see what happens.
Alright, guys.
Let's go.
Ooh. Maybe Victor?
He's blowing his own tires? They're not showing us his face.
Maybe he's trying to reconstitute the scene of what happened with the Salaman Command.
Maybe.
Mike did the same thing. He's trying to understand where the car will have been. Yeah, that's
okay.
A car accident?
They're staging something.
They think about everything.
Oh, they need to stage the death of Ignacio's partner.
That's true, that's true. This show was brand by Cadillac.
With all the ice packs and stuff because they don't want him to go bad. And who are they gonna pin that on?
What's the name again for Doctor Look at Dead Bodies? Do you remember?
What?
What's the name for Doctor Look at Dead Bodies? I don't remember.
Coroner?
Yeah. Somebody's gonna see
Yeah,
that he's been dead for hours.
If it's a cartel war, they're not gonna call the cops. Or they'll make sure that no one looks into it too much. Ooh!
I don't like seeing you hurt, man.
He has to pretend.
Yeah, I know.
That's how he saves his skin.
I know. Wouldn't it be suspicious though that only one of them is dead and he survived?
Nah, he was on the passenger seat. Most of the bullets are on the driver's side.
Can I make the call now?
Ooh!
Oh! Oh my god!
Has to be believable.
Yes, I know it has to. I don't like it.
Gotta make it look real.
Yep. He thought he was out.
Pass out.
And you know, with Gus saying that with Hector at the hospital, it would start a war, that would make sense, you know? So... Poor Nacho! Oh!
Save
He's our
Nacho.
Jesse, you know? In this show, he is our Jesse.
He's one of us.
I know.
Never mind, he's one of us. I don't want him for...
From Quebec.
yeah. He needs to survive.
This little fella, he's called the Merry Wanderer. He's not much to look at. He's pretty easy to find. I got this one at a pawn shop on 4th for $20. But he has a cousin called Bavarian Boy. Almost identical. Same umbrella, same swagger. That one is worth a boatload.
They're gonna switch, so they're not gonna look for it.
They have
Yeah.
no idea what they've got. To
And
them,
they wanna see the difference.
Bavarian Boy, it's just some...
And how did you come across this valuable wunderkind?
Looking for a job.
Wasn't he the
What
princess?
difference does it make?
Guys in the office cross you? Done you wrong?
What? You're missing the point. It's free money.
He won't like it.
Pass.
Yeah.
What? Why?
He needs a reason.
It's not for me.
You don't mind the
Not
job,
for
you
you.
need a good reason for that.
Is there some problem?
You're screwing up good people.
Plan's fine as far as it goes. It's just not for me. And I don't think it should be for you either.
Might be a criminal, but still trying to be a good guy.
Uh,
Wow! Ow! Ow, baby! The claws! Oh. And now he's playing cute.
Thanks. And thanks again for the lift. It's outside your job description, I know.
It's no problem. So, the acquisitions.
Yes, we'll need to
That's
draft
not really
contracts
good
with the target banks.
Is that Lane from Gilmore Girls?
It's ready to go while we're doing due diligence.
You want me to start cracking on a draft?
It's
or-
Lane from Gilmore Girls.
You're
But
sure?
thank you.
Yeah.
I'll do the first pass and then you can proof it.
Sure, whatever's best for you.
Oh my god, you're right!
Sorry, I'm in a Gilmore Girls phase right now.
One opportunity stands out.
Ooh. I like the lighting.
Takes your breath away, doesn't it? Look at this. The whole side of this building is glass, and it's on a north-facing lot. I'm told that's energy efficient, so I'm excited about that.
This is Salt Lake City?
After Provo, why not? But over here on this side, you got a few new ones. Sedona, Pueblo, Colorado. And you know what? That's just the tip of the iceberg.
More works for her, I
After
guess.
that, I figure one out of Las Vegas. Nevada, Reno too. Lubbock, Texas.
Nice.
Amarillo, San Antonio, El Paso. Then we're going to get up to the Pacific Northwest.
I don't think it's more work. I think it's the work she did. Because of what she did, they're gonna have all of this.
You think?
This one is real.
It's a lot. It's a very fast, aggressive expansion.
Kevin figures once we get our foothold in Utah, then we'll file for federal charter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
We're really building something here. All your hard work is making a difference. Kim, this is what it's all about.
I think there's a bit of everything she did, screwing up with Chuck, getting that job over him and stuff.
No, I don't.
And this is the result. Maquettes, buildings. It's not fulfilling. To her, at least. Was it worth it? That's how I read it, at least for now. We'll wait and see what she does. Damn. He's gonna be extra badass now. Blood from the twin.
We're gonna be triplets
Oh, well,
now.
there he is. Okay. I had to leave a bullet in your shoulder. Might set off metal detectors from now on. Gave you a dose of broad-spectrum antibiotics. Now, sniff test says you probably didn't perforate your bowel. Probably. I can't be 100% sure you didn't get nicked. Now, if this starts to leak, you're going to get the worst infection of your life. It's going to hurt like hell, and then you're going to die. So I advise you to go see a doctor that has some imaging tech. In other words, one that's not working out of the back of a Jiffy Lube. I never want to see you again. Never. This cartel shit is too hot for me. You got it?
I think he wants to
know,
say the
man.
same.
I know, man.
Oh, you're in too deep at one point. You kind of dug your own grave. I say that a lot in this show, but yeah. He sleeps here? Oh shit.
Oh shit.
He won't be able to get out that easily. I just hope he doesn't do anything bad.
Listen, look, the office guy, he's here. What?
He's dug in for the night, man.
Come get me, or come get me.
It's your plan, man. You have to do something.
Importance is your mission.
Importance
Your central strategy
versus
to accomplish those high priority goals. And the
urgency.
plan to implement that strategy. Urgency comes from the environment. It presses
Oh,
a button.
nice.
Its proximate is right in front of you.
This is out of the office.
Yeah, it's the thing.
He can get out now.
If he goes back to his office, then he can leave no. Did he go back? Are you kidding me? You hide in the store. We would be better criminals than you, man. It's not a good thing to say, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
Son of a bitch.
Just to make it extra hard on Jimmy.
It's urgent. What requires urgency. Now you have to decide.
Is he gonna stay there so he goes after
If
him?
somebody's trying to steal it.
Yeah. Please pull up your hood or something. Okay, no, he's literally leaving with the car.
Hey!
Oh, or he just like put it in neutral.
Yeah.
Good plan. Get
Leave.
Gale! Right?
Well, I think he paid for his tuition, so yeah.
There's yttrium, terbium, actinium, rubidium, boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, with
Oh, I
strontium,
love
silicon,
this.
silver, and samarium, bismuth, bromine, lithium, beryllium, and barium. Oh, Mr. Frink, I wasn't expecting you.
That's not a problem, I hope.
No, not at all.
Man, I wouldn't recognize him if he was just crossing a
What's that?
street.
Oh, it's, oh, I tested your samples. They range from 39% to 58% pure, except this one, which hovers around 67.
Whoa.
Top of the glass.
No wonder you wanted to have Walter after that.
You should tell.
Well, yeah, we're far from the 99% that
I should
Walter
get you
did.
back here.
These samples aren't great. Basically, they're dreck. I could do much better.
I found one with chili pepper powder in it.
Oh, maybe that's one of the samples.
Not yet. You were meant for better things.
Yeah, getting
see
shot
you
by
soon.
Jesse and Breaking Bad.
Bye,
Sort
Mr.
of
Frank.
great thing.
Jimmy, there's just a couple of things from talking to Howard that maybe we ought to go through.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let's get it over with. You know, rip the Band-Aid off, right?
This is... It's from Chuck. Nobody knows for sure what's in it. You don't have to open it right now, but...
Let's see what the old boy has to say.
Please be a good letter. Please be a good letter.
He was told not to care, so...
I remember quite clearly the day you came home from the hospital. You can't imagine the joy on Mom's face. I can honestly say I never saw her happier than she was on that day. You brought a shine to her life that nothing else ever did, and I'm glad of that. And though we are very different people, I want you to know how much I respect what you have made of yourself in these last few years. You have taken the opportunity I gave you in the mailroom. For all the problems in your past, I'm proud we share the name McGill.
He's got more emotions than he does.
I sincerely admire your energy and resilience. I used to worry about you finding a place in the world, but I'm not worried about that anymore. I'm certain now that no matter what the future may bring, you'll land on your feet, and I hope when you read this, you remember me not only as your brother, but as a person you knew was always in your corner. He signed it just Chuck. Well, say what you want. A man could write a letter.
Sorry.
Hey.
No, I didn't mean to make it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's a nice letter.
You're making her cry.
Just give me a minute.
It did nothing to him.
Kim.
I mean, with everything that happened after, what led to his death, what they did in the courtroom, reading this, it's destroying her and it should be destroying you too! Sorry, when we end an episode, I kind of, Oh.
It's really sad that he's not letting himself feeling sadness or something about
He's
the death of
shutting off his
brother.
emotions completely when it comes to Chuck. You know, we've talked about
I think
this,
he took
but
really words by words what he told him before he left.
the last conversation he had with him is the only thing he wants to remember. You know? Oh, okay, now we're speaking truths. I never mattered to you. I should not worry. I should not care because it's just hurting me and I'm just repeating a pattern. So from now on, I'm just not gonna care. He's playing a character. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the promo picture for this season is him with the mask, you know? He's pretending. At one point, he's gonna pretend so much that he's gonna believe his mask more than his own emotions. And Kim, I mean, I think... Okay, you know the first scene when she looks at all the buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
And you thought it was because she was gonna have more work, and I wasn't on board with that. Like I was more thinking that maybe it's because she's seeing what her hard work and what she did brought to her, and this is underwhelming. And having her reaction to the letter here, I think I'm more convinced than what I was saying now, because I think Chuck is dead. She's never gonna be able to make amends for what they did in the courtroom. You know, bringing out his sickness and stuff.
Yeah.
And Howard saying that he killed himself, it disturbed Jimmy, but it disturbed Kim too.
True.
Because it's not one thing that led him to this. It's several things, and it's not crazy when you're the one left alive to start thinking about what led to that suicide. And oh shit, it so happens that I destroyed him in court recently. So that that led to him losing his job maybe and stuff. You know, you start thinking and you start making connections, and it's a very bad path to take. But I think this is what Kim is doing. She was already expressing doubts before his death about what they did. Like, oh, we just destroyed a sick man and stuff. And she was living really badly with this. And now he's dead. Now she's seeing what Mesa Verde... Yeah, I keep mixing it up with the other firm. But she's seeing what they want to do, what her work led them to do, expanding and creating new firms and stuff everywhere. Not firms, but creating new buildings and stuff. And she had that job by screwing up with Chuck, you know, by allowing Jimmy to screw up with Chuck.
It's like comparing all the pain, the heartbreaks, and the betrayals
to buildings, maquettes,
more buildings.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not worth it. But that's what she's left with, and I feel like she's very, very sad and very ashamed of herself. And now she also has to deal with Jimmy, who's not allowing himself to grieve. And he's reading the letter his brother left, and it's not a bad letter. It's full of love and it's full of pride, and it's the Chuck that Jimmy always wanted, and he keeps eating his fucking cereals and he doesn't react.
Reading it is just like it's the newspaper's article of today.
Yeah, it's like he already told himself before reading the letter that whatever he was going to read in it wouldn't change anything. And so, it's crazy to see that Kim is basically grieving for Jimmy.
Do you think that that's going to be a problem in the future because he's not caring enough and she's caring too much?
Our cats are
Sorry, they are hungry right now. It's the time to feed them.
Yeah, very soon. We'll go. Anyway, but yeah, I think that maybe it's not gonna lead, I think, to a full-on fight. But because I don't think she can resent Jimmy for not grieving. I think she sees that as a self-destructive attitude. She might eventually blow up and just, tell him, allow yourself to feel.
If we think about it, she saw the new maquettes for the new expansion in the future. Mm-hmm. Underwhelming feelings because all of the fights and the problem with Chuck for nothing more stressed because there's gonna be more works to do. So she's gonna have a huge lot of works.
Well, she's got an assistant now.
She got Jimmy, who's not responding to any type of feelings or reaction, emotional reaction. So I think in the long run, it's gonna be way too much for her.
It's gonna be too much, and she's gonna blow up. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see what she does. I think she's gonna maybe start trying to push Jimmy to let go of that mask. But we'll have to see how she reacts, because she's also grieving. She's also going through something.
She's not a breaking bad. Maybe we need to put a Save Kim poster too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We don't know if it's because she dies or just because she left.
Maybe she just left.
Because Jimmy is not going up on this path. He's going down.
Yeah.
I actually love that Mike and Jimmy talked about this, and Mike still held on to his principles. Basically, Jimmy was asking him to steal innocent people for their own benefits, for money that they don't really need.
You can be a criminal and a good guy.
But that's the thing. He helped them before because it was about uncovering the truth, or, you know, catching criminals, or catching people that were lying about where they were hiding and stuff, or stolen money. That's he was being a criminal, but he was doing a good thing, you know, he was helping out. Now it's just Jimmy trying, it's Jimmy trying to have money by screwing over good people that did nothing to him. He couldn't even explain why he wanted to steal from them. True. And I love that Mike stood by his principles and was like, dude, that's not for me. But Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy doesn't care at all. Like, that's, like I've said it several times, but that's basically the persona people see in him. Like, that's who you are. True. Now believe it. Now he's believing it. He's like going full out. He has to answer to no one now, except maybe Kim. But Kim has let him do his thing for a while now, and since he's grieving, she's not saying anything. She's like leaving hints, like, oh, maybe you could take some time off so you don't have to find money, when they were asking about the money for the office. True. But he kept doing his thing, kept doing his scams and stuff, and she's letting it happen because she doesn't want to push him too much. But Jesus. And after that, she had her accident, so...
Speaking about saving people
and accidents.
Yeah. Nacho.
I felt so bad for him. He looked dead. But I mean, to be honest though, it's the same. It's the same with Jesse. You put yourself in this situation, and sadly, you knew the danger before, and now you have to deal with the consequences. Like, especially since, like, Jesse is another thing, but Nacho, from what his dad said, was out.
Why did he went back?
There's always a reason. We don't know enough about his past, or about why he might need this. Maybe it's because he needs the rush. Maybe it's because he's friends with these guys. Maybe it's because they helped him out and he has to repay them. I don't know.
Maybe his father's business wasn't doing well, and he wanted to help his father some way.
Maybe. We don't know enough.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went for that.
But he was talking about getting out of there, and now, I mean, he's in too deep. Now he's basically switching bosses. Like, he used to work for Hector, and now he's technically working for Hector, but the real boss is
undercover right now.
The real boss is Gus, and we know that Gus has it in him to kill his employees. So fuck. I felt really bad for him, and it's funny to see the twins helping and not killing. Like, we're used to them being so
funny
badass.
Enough,
and
the thing that surprised me the most is them speaking. I know that we already heard them in the past sing some words, but it's always a surprise for me to just
hear them speak more than just like, hey.
Yeah.
I hope he's gonna be better. Like, I hope, now I think it's, they're gonna look for who did this. Like, they're gonna keep their eyes open for who did this, and we don't know enough about the world, the cartel world here to guess, oh, maybe they're gonna put this on their backs. Like, they're gonna say it's this cartel, because as far as we know right now, there's only Gus and Hector. It's not true. Like, there are several more. Like, Gale, by the way, it was really cool to see him back. But Gale was testing several brands of meth, so these are people that make their own meths, people that make their meths and distribute it everywhere. But so they're not good.
That important to be a threat to be reckoned with.
I mean, their meth is not good.
Shitty.
So
less than 67.
They're like Jesse, basically, before Walter White.
True.
So one of them is not that bad, but I mean, compared to the 99%.
38, 50-ish.
And even Gale,
57.
like, Gale could do what, 96? 92?
96.
I think 96 is Jesse, and Gale made like 95.
Didn't Jesse did 96.5?
Oh yeah, okay. Gale did. I think Gale did 96, and Jesse did 96 point something.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, but he can be in the 90s. So and I mean, that's after Walter. So I don't know before Walter, but we'll have to wait. And oh no, it's true. He could do this before Walter.
He put chili powder in his recipe.
Jesse, yeah. But after
because it
Walter,
was the signature.
After Walter, and before he had to work for Todd, he could do like 96 point something. When Gus took him to Mexico, he did 96.5 or something. So, but Gale is pretty good too. Although I also like that Gus is basically saying you're meant for something bigger. It's almost like don't screw up your talent for something like this, because he knows like he's the one that killed.
He's pampering Gale for the future.
But he has plans, like, and he doesn't want just. I mean, it's supposed to be temporary. This thing, especially Gus is in control right now.
Gale's gonna be his cook, his principal cook in the future. That's his big plan.
Maybe he wants to be the guy. But we have to wait and see. I mean, Gus is in control. He's the one that killed Ignacio's partner. He's the one that staged this, and he's basically the reason why they have to find a supplier right now. So he has to deal with the situation, but I'm pretty sure he has a plan.
Yeah. That's making me wonder, really, though, when exactly did Crazy 8 took charge of his own sector?
Well, later.
Do you have an idea?
Later.
Yeah, later.
Right now, he's selling for the Salamancas, and later he was still technically selling for his cousin, sort of. He was in control. He became a distributor instead of just a street seller, you know. But I don't think he has the courage or the charisma needed right now to do it. So we'll have to wait. Maybe the Hector being in a wheelchair is what's going to give him the burst of pride he needs. We'll have to wait. Well, I don't even know if we're going to see this in Better Call Saul, but yeah.
Maybe when Tuco's going to be out of jail, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
There's a lot of maybes in a prequel. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. The link is in the description.
Yep, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now. And if not, for the next one to be out on YouTube, guys.
Soon.
Soon.
Bye.